Okay, that should be a lot better. I don't know why that happened. It reverted back to the default audio instead of the microphone. So I can never figure out why it does stuff like that. I had the microphone and everything plugged in before. Let me pop out the chat here real quick. I'll get to all of you guys. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Oh, I was kind of worried there for a minute. I heard about all those eruptions there in Hawaii, and I was thinking about you. I wasn't sure if you were affected by that. I saw they'd had some mandatory evacuations out there, and hope everything's going all right with you and your family. But yeah, I just got back home. Wanted to check in, and I know, like I predicted, the phone died. I don't know what it is. iPhone is so picky. Hey there, welcome. So, like, I had it plugged in, and it accepted my charger. Up until the point it got to 10%, the phone turned back on, and then immediately upon turning back on, it didn't like the car charger and decided that it was no longer plugged in and no longer charging. So I have no clue what's going on. But I'm extremely hot, extremely tired, but it was a lot of fun going out there and doing the live stream for 539 Productions today. I appreciate all of you that stopped in and got the chance to watch. Yeah, had a few interesting characters pop into the chat. We had Ron Jeremy. We had Donald Trump. I don't think either of them were real. I had to mute Mr. Donald for saying some bad words in Spanish. That was pretty funny. But, yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, I wasn't sure because I know some of the volcanoes end up being so large that they affect a large area. I wasn't even sure if it was going to start affecting, yeah, that guy. But, yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to start affecting air travel maybe even because I know when that, what was it, the Icelandic volcano that went off a few years ago and it, like, disrupted, like, air travel for, like, a week or two. And so I was wondering what was going to happen, but yeah, I'm glad that you weren't affected by that. But yeah, I bet that would be scary if I was hearing that you guys were getting earthquakes, and I don't know if maybe that didn't affect your island either. But yeah, scary situation, really scary. I think that would be the worst part about living in Hawaii is thinking about those the earthquakes and the volcanoes. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I just got back here. Pretty hot and tired, and wanted to jump on for a little bit, though, just to let you all know that I was all right and made it home okay. And appreciate all of you that were able to watch. I got a really great amount of views on the live stream. I don't know why it kind of... I know it's still going, but it kind of killed the last video a little bit, or YouTube did a little bit. I don't know what's going on it, but we'll figure it out one of these days. It'll be fixed, and then we'll be back in business. So, you know. We actually have earthquakes here from time to time, not really big ones, but every once in a while I'll like wake up in the middle of the night and then I'll hear like things rattling. So iTunes is trying to access my phone. I don't even know why. Yeah, it's probably I had plugged in my phone and it just turned back on again. I'm gonna have to kill iTunes real quick. So there. Oops. See, now it's reloading iTunes because my phone is being a piece of crap right now. sometimes it gets into this fit where I think I need to take it in and have it looked at, because it throws a fit every once in a while and doesn't want to charge, and it'll just sit there. And right now it's just off, on, off, on, off, on. So even if I load, or even if I quit iTunes, it will reload it immediately because it feels like the phone just got plugged in for the first time. I think we just got a new subscriber. Okay. My phone just notified me that I went live and told me to go watch myself. I've never had that notification before. Let's see, I don't have any... Yeah, this is what it's doing. Oh, you guys can't really see it really well. I could share the screen with you, but it might kill the phone completely. There it goes. I might have a cable going bad, because it loves being plugged into the Mac to charge, but... Hey, Rhonda. It should get better now. Oh, yeah. I've got my, what is it, Nightmare on Elm Street or possibly Billy Joe Armstrong shirt on, depending on where you remember it from. Yeah, I pretty much stopped at the gas station, got a little bit of food, got a pop, and I've filled up a bucket full of ice and dumped my pop in. I still am hot from all that. I think we ended up walking, I don't even know, like, that last road we were on, I think, is almost a mile long. Maybe not quite that long. But I think total over the stream, we probably walked about 3 miles, maybe more. I don't know. I should really get one of the... Actually, I should just get an Apple Watch so that I can track it. I was going to say a Fitbit, but... I mean, if I already have a Mac and already have an Apple phone, I might as well just go all the way and get a Apple Watch to go along with it. But welcome back. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. I appreciate your donations on there today. That was really amazing. I've never done the live streams on 539 Productions, and I forgot that I didn't forget, but I wasn't really thinking about the fact that I had the super chat turned on, and a few of you donated, so I really appreciate that. That helps out quite a bit, and obviously it's a partially publicly funded channel, so I appreciate you guys donating, and all of you supporters on the Patreon and all that. So yeah, that should fill it up completely. I appreciate that, Jen. We'll have to do some more exploring here really soon. I'm intending to go back out on the road again tomorrow. So I want to get the one video that I filmed today edited and then uploaded for tomorrow. Even though, for whatever reason, YouTube doesn't like promoting short videos anymore. Part of it's because of trending, and the longer videos are starting to trend right now, and that's why I think in the time that we live streamed, we got almost as many hits on the live stream as the video got in the last 24 hours, so it should be a interesting one. Oh yeah, and I like the live streaming at night, but I don't like how the lighting is. If I got better lighting on my car, I might do more at night, but we'll see here. But yeah, so if any of you missed the live stream on 539, make sure to check that out. I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing most of you here that checked it out, but yeah, live streamed almost getting bitten by a rattlesnake. Did I? Let me make sure I realized at first that I misspelled rattlesnake, and I think okay, I corrected it. Good. English is by far the most complicated language in the world. Well, maybe not the most complicated. But after I took Spanish for 3 years, I realized how simple and straightforward a lot of languages are. Especially the Romance languages. They sort of just fall together in a very nice way, and English is sort of a mutt language of like 6 different languages. So, yeah, I was very rattled by the rattlesnake. That was the first time. I've never seen a rattlesnake like that. I've seen some rattlesnakes before, but never this far north. French? Just a tiny little bit of French. I don't know many words. I do know that when somebody says je ne sais quoi, that pretty much is just French for I don't know what. So, like, every time you're at those fancy restaurants and someone says that dish has that certain je ne sais quoi, it just means that they can't explain it. My aunt down in Kentucky is a French teacher, though. I'll have to take some French lessons. But I know a tiny, tiny bit, but just enough to be nice to everybody. But apparently that's the trick in France. If you introduce yourself and you say thank you a lot, then they'll be okay with your crappy French. So you just have to learn bonjour and merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. And then you'll be good, because then they'll deal with your English and try to speak English to you. Yeah, it was a real rattlesnake. I was walking up on some abandoned ruins, and I heard the leaves start to rustle, but it didn't sound like anything was... Sorry, I'm trying to read the chat, too. Oh, thank you. Your name doesn't look bad. Deanna Delicious, is that what it is? It's not bad. I like that. It actually reminds me, if you're familiar with Jenna Marbles, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. And she's a pretty cool YouTuber as well. One of the OG YouTubers from back in the day, and recently came back and started making videos again, sort of like David Dobrik, and yeah. So, I mean, definitely could be a very popular name on YouTube. But yeah, real rattlesnake. Started hearing some rustling, but I noticed that the rustling was really continuous, and that it didn't sound like footsteps. And even like the smallest little animals, you can hear the footsteps. And I knew it had to have been some sort of snake. And then I saw the really long black snake, and I figured it must be, just a really dark gardener snake. And then it, all of a sudden, I got a little bit closer to get a better angle, and it started rattling. A tattoo? Oh, yeah. I'm good at the tattoo support. I've had quite a few myself. I've definitely gone through a lot of the most painful ones. Haven't done my rib cage yet, but I definitely had my palm tattooed and fingers tattooed, and so yeah, absolutely. I need to get another tattoo here soon. I need to find maybe somebody I can trade with. If anybody wants to get some free promotion to their tattoo parlor, I'd be happy to put you on one of the channels and do a live stream or a video of the tattoo process. But yeah, I love getting tattooed. And it's been far too long. A harp guitar. I don't know that I have heard of that. I've heard of some very strange instruments, but I've never heard of a harp guitar. Now, I've heard of a hurdy-gurdy, which is a I don't know how it's tuned or how many strings it has, but it's sort of like a guitar that you crank to play, and it has a continuous note, or a continuous, sort of like a continuous bow, I guess. But I've never heard of a harp guitar. Yeah, I've been playing the ukulele a little bit. I haven't had a whole lot of a chance. I don't know if it's still in tune, to be honest. I can try it. I think it's out of tune. It doesn't stay in tune. Oh yeah, it's really out of tune. I don't know if I can... Hold on. I'll get my tuner pulled up in a second here. And I'm going to give my phone like a few more minutes to charge, and then I'll pull the tuner up and tune it real quick. How do you pronounce that? Jamie Dupuis? Is that a French last name? Like Dubois? It's hard. I hate the last name Dubois. Not really hate it. It's not a bad last name, but half the people in America call it Dubois, and then the half of the people call it Dubois. Like, so I have people like get angry with me sometimes. Well, not anymore, but when I used to work in IT and I had to talk to a lot of people, sometimes they would have that same last name, and I would pronounce it Dubois, which is the French pronunciation, and they would correct me and get angry and say it was Du Bois, which is pretty much an incorrect English translation or pronunciation. And I never could figure it out because I was like, it's a French last name, so it has to be pronounced the French way, at least to me. I don't know. I guess it's whatever. You don't even know. Is that like a silent G? Is it like Nguyen? But let me see here. I don't have the tuning memorized yet, so I've been using a tuner. The guitar I can pretty much tune by ear. But I downloaded this. It's called Guitar Tuna, like the tuna fish. But it also... where's my sound? Oops, wrong. Really? 2% off. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Ugh. It's like a whole half step down. Oops. That one's actually almost dead on. I've been playing with a pick because I think I broke my finger a few months ago by accident. And, well, obviously, I don't know why you break your finger on purpose, but, like, it's been, like, swollen and, yeah. But that's a pretty good sound. I don't know how loud it's going to be. Wow, my fingers are slippery. They're really greasy. I shouldn't be playing after I just bought some cheap pizza rolls because I wanted something quick. That's a pretty good sounding one. I don't know, is that loud? Oh yeah, it is. I think those are the chords from House of the Rising Sun. which I really hate singing. Otherwise, I would sing it. But yeah, pretty good at sounding instrument though. Ooh. See, it's still a little bit hard for me with the neck is not the same as guitar. But yeah, it has a really good... It sounds really nice. So... But yeah, I'll do something that I can actually sing to. It's one of the most annoying songs I've ever sang in my life, and I don't even have the words memorized. But it just happened to have a bunch of for some reason they had a bunch of the chords on the paperwork from the House of the Rising Sun, so I just started out with that, and then I've downloaded a whole chord chart to start memorizing, but I haven't done, like I said, a whole lot of practicing, but I mean, mainly I'm just going off of my guitar experience, but it's a great little instrument, love it. It's a Kala watermelon. It's completely transparent. They had a completely clear one, but yeah, it comes pretty easy. You know, it's just, I mean, it's a lot like guitar. Well, except when I hit my keyboard really loud. But yeah, I love it. It's a pretty cool little instrument. It has pretty decent tuners. They fall out of tune a little bit. It might be the strings. I haven't tested, obviously, any other strings. This is my first set of strings. But, you know, it's a decent instrument. Maybe I'll... I don't know, I need to find some good, like, ukulele songs to start out with, and then I'll probably do covers and stuff from there, but I know there's a few good, famous ukulele artists out there, so I'm sure I can find some decent music to play. Oh yeah, I'd love to come to Hawaii. One of these days I will be there. Probably could just bar chord everything. Let's see. Sorry, I'm like experimenting now. Whoa, that is harder than it looks. Anyway, yeah, so it sounds pretty cool. I do not play the mandolin, although I used, I think, isn't a mandolin a similar tuning to guitar? And it just has octaves, I believe. But I do have a mandolin. I have shown it before. I don't know if you've seen it before, but I have the the banjo mandolin. Yeah, not a very fun place with the recent volcanic activity, but it looks like it's only, as we heard earlier, affecting the big island of Hawaii, so I think that's a fairly low population in terms of a lot of the places over there. Obviously, Maui is going to have a lot bigger population, and Honolulu is going to have a lot bigger population, but yeah, I think, but yeah, you're supposed to play with your hands, but my hands are so greasy right now. But yeah, I need to get used to it. I'm stretching a lot of the strings when I'm playing, which can make it go out of key. Let's see if I can do it on purpose. It's like a guitar. Wow, that's probably not good for those strings. But yeah, I don't think you're supposed to bend nylon strings. But yeah, I'll have to get the guitar out here soon. I need to resolder everything, but still working on that too. But yeah, well, I didn't do too bad. I didn't pull it out of sound, or out of sound. Wow, out of key, tune. Can't talk tonight. Yeah. My favorite guitar player, I guess it has to be Billy Joe Armstrong, even though, you know, although I will say he's an amazing guitar player, but I think most punk players sort of pick up a sort of a very easy style in the beginning and then grow over time. But, you know, who really plays some amazing guitar is Conan O'Brien. Somebody you wouldn't think of being able to play guitar, but he's pretty epic. I thought Long Shot was pretty good so far. It sounds just a lot like Green Day to me. A lot like their newer stuff anyway. Oh, cello is an interesting one. There is a whole, I can't remember what the name of the band is, but there's a whole band that plays rock covers on cello. They did they did a bunch of Metallica songs, and I can't remember where, but they're on the radio all the time. Actually, they worked with the lead singer of Slipknot on an album, I think. Apocalyptica, maybe? I can't remember if that's right. But yeah, cellos are amazing instruments. I have not done any of my own music in videos yet. I used to have a better studio set up and a really huge mixer, like a 16-port mixer that I could use and hook up, you know, multiple microphones and multiple instruments at the same time to it. But I got rid of it some years ago after the band fell apart and we just weren't, you know, doing any recording or anything. And so I kind of don't have the ability. I guess I sort of do now. This unit that I have here, the M Audio that I'm doing the microphone through, can take in inputs from guitar. So I might do some stuff like that in the future. But I don't... It just depends on how this whole YouTube thing goes. I might have to do more stuff on Twitch because, I mean, the way YouTube's been doing views recently is just ridiculous. And I've noticed a lot of bigger YouTubers starting to complain. A juice harp? I don't know what a juice harp is. Is that like a jaw harp? I suppose I could play jaw harp. Which I think I have played a jaw harp before. Those are fun. Basket Case, yeah, that's a good song. I wish I knew power chords on here so I could do punk covers. But obviously it'd be a whole lot different. Let's see. Oh, that'd be epically hard. Sort of a bar chord. Oh, that is a bar chord. It's not sort of a bar chord. It's just a poorly done. I doubt it would translate over to the next. No, it does not translate the same as guitar. Anyway. Well, Hendrix is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, I love Clapton. Yeah, all great musicians. Ooh. Willie, like Willie Nelson? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they should make more statues to rock stars. Yeah, it'd be funny to do some ukulele covers of Green Day songs or something. But again, it's a little bit rough of a translation, but I suppose I could tune it differently. I tried tuning it like a guitar at first, but it was pretty messed up sounding, and it lost its tune really, really quick. So I just decided to go with the traditional tuning. But I'm hearing that there's another tuning type, which I don't think I don't know if mine will do it. No, it just has the standard. Wait, maybe. There is another tuning. DGBD. That's a lot closer to guitar. Huh. Maybe I'll have to try that. That's interesting. So yeah, that's that. Don't have any other songs really memorized on it, but I suppose I could play it. Doesn't Jason Mraz have some? I think he plays a lot of ukulele. There's a few other ukulele artists and a few other cool songs. Trying to think of some interesting Wonderful World. I think that's they've got some great renditions of that song done on ukulele. And then I love to do some Beatles. They have a lot of Beatles songs on ukulele that's been well, not translated over, but I mean just that people have done in the past. When September Ends. Such a sad song, though. That's about... I think Billy Joe Armstrong's dad passed away in September, and that's what that song's about. Which his dad was a jazz musician. Not that Armstrong, obviously. The trumpet player was clearly not Billy Joe's dad, but... remember that? Yeah. Oh yeah, Jimmy was amazing. I love the when he lights his guitar on fire and plays it. I can do some of the tricks, but not a whole lot. I can play guitar behind my head and stuff like that, but like it's kind of a cheat. I could probably play the ukulele behind my head if I wanted to, but it's always a good stage trick. I guess it's not overwhelming the mic. I figured it would overwhelm the mic a little bit. Whoa. That one didn't work. Yeah, it's kind of a cheat because once you have the like chords memorized, I mean, you know where you're... You know, it's just I can't do it on this because I drop it. I have more grip on the guitar, but yesterday, yeah, that would be a fun one. That'd be a fun finger picking one if I could figure out. Again, it's easier for me on guitar, but I'll get the guitar done pretty soon here, so. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to know the ramifications of the guitar lighting. I want to see video of post guitar lighting on his fingers. I think that would be pretty painful. Although if you did it with the right substance, you could do it. I remember back in the day we used to play a game called Fireball, and we'd light tennis balls on fire. And if you did it with the right fuel source, you could catch it while it was on fire and then throw it, and you wouldn't burn yourself, but you'd burn all the hair off your hand. But yeah. Hold on. Ugh. All right. Whoa. I'm gonna plug this back in. Sorry, I'm missing comments here. But my phone is going to die again if I do not. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now iTunes is gonna load again. There it is. I need to quit iMovie too. Got all these apps open that I don't need. And iMovie does not want me to be able to hit cancel. Or not iMovie, iTunes. I keep saying iMovie. Alright, there it goes. Alright. I don't know why it gives me all this trouble. Sorry, guys. I have things loaded that aren't even... Very confusing. Anyway. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking up for a second. I couldn't. Yeah, my showing it's saying it's having some problems. Sorry if it's buffering. Man, oh, maybe I need to hold on. I'm going to exit out of my live stream area because I think it showing me my own live stream is actually causing it to do some buffering. But anyway, yeah, Janis Joplin's really cool. But yeah. Yeah, I need to get some extra chargers. I need to have the phone looked at too. I don't know why it's being so crazy about charging. Like I was saying earlier, it even it even has a problem charging from my Mac half the time. It'll say it's charging and then turn on, and then it'll say it's disconnected, and then it'll turn back on again, and then it's like it eases into charging, if that makes sense. After like 15 times, it'll finally charge permanently, and then it'll get to 100%. But like for that first little bit, it is just so annoying. What is it? That's a good bucket list. Well, the phone is great. I mean, it's the Apple 8 or the iPhone 8 Plus, so it's a really good phone. I'm not sure what the real issue is. It might just need to be cleaned. I might have gotten something on the connectors inside, so I might just need to take some like alcohol, some rubbing alcohol, and clean off the connectors on the inside, because it might have gotten some grease in there, and that can affect the connection. So that might be the issue. It happens a lot, especially with like credit card readers. So it probably... Well, I've tried it with several different chargers, and it just... Like I said, the thing with iPhones is that they're picky about the type of charger that you use too, so you can't like use all USB chargers. Like, so if you like have like an adapter in your car to do USB, and you plug in your iPhone charger to that, it won't necessarily work because the amperage might be too high on the electrical connection, and so it'll just ignore it like it's the plague. It'll claim it's not even plugged in. Rob Scout, oh yeah, I've heard of them. Is Ian taking off? Have a good lunch, Ian. Thanks for joining us, man. Nothing wrong with confidence. If you want to stand on the table and sing at the top of your lungs, that's what you should do. I think we're in the age of female empowerment, and you should be you. Do you. Yeah, I'm decent at drums. I'm not the greatest. My hand-foot separation is not the best. Otherwise, I'm pretty good at keeping a beat. So I can do set all right. But I think I overthink it a lot. A lot of music is remembering to ignore it and allow the muscle memory to kick in. And the more you think about it, the more you'll mess up. Drums in French. Oh, drums and French. You confused me there for a second. I was wondering how you play drums in French. Thought I was missing a whole style of set playing there for a minute. Yeah, drums are amazing. Yeah, there's so many great drummers out there too. I love the I think it's Slipknot that did the drum set that turns completely upside down. And then what was it? Travis Barker, another amazing drummer from Blink-182, and he a couple of years ago he broke one of his arms, and so instead of canceling the tour, he taught himself to play with a single arm. And the man is a drum god. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for drummers. That is, it's a difficult instrument to play. I mean, everybody has their own, setup for the set, their own placement for each drums. Tommy Lee did that too. Yeah, Tommy Lee's pretty crazy as well. In both music and in life. There's a lot of interesting Tommy Lee stories out there. John Bonham. Didn't he have an orchestra? Isn't that right? Or my... Oh, that might be in their mind. Maybe I'm thinking of the... Okay, yeah. I was thinking there's a different person with a similar name that has a jazz orchestra. Oh, hold on. This mouse that I'm using does not like my mouse pad, because my mouse pad's all black, and so it's not tracking properly, and so it randomly sends my computer into the screensaver. Yeah, Led Zeppelin was amazing. Yeah, I saw that. I'm not good at all my musicians, unfortunately, so some of them I don't remember correctly. I wasn't brought up on a lot of rock. Um, I sort of fell into all that myself when I became a teenager, and so I had a little bit of a learning curve. My parents were more into kind of the country thing and oddly like old-fashioned like gospel music, so they didn't really play a whole lot of rock, but I listened to a lot of oldies and things like that. But it was sort of at that time when the oldies stations were more 50s and 60s, and so a lot of the newer rock bands, which are now considered classic, weren't even played on the oldies. Which sounds weird saying now. I wonder how long until the 90s are going to be on the oldies station. Yeah, I used to play, was it the Kids Aren't Alright? Is that the... I don't know if I remember it anymore. Yeah, that's the name of it, isn't it? Am I getting the name wrong? Yeah, okay. Which, some band just recently did an Offspring cover. I can't remember. Oh, I think it was Five Finger Death Punch, maybe. Didn't they do a Offspring song recently? Which, oddly, I have photographed Five Finger Death Punch, and I've met them multiple times. I think they still use some of my photos. Probably not often anymore. What was it? I can hear the song in my head. I'm so bad at some of these song names. Gone Away, that's right. Okay. But yeah, I can play a decent amount. I mean, a lot of rock isn't too bad. Especially if they're just power chords, I can pretty much play it by ear. Like, I can play most Green Day songs, especially the older ones. My band, we used to play Basket Case, and then what else did we play? We did a Basket Case cover. We did Time of Your Life, but I did the Time of Your Life was actually originally intended for electric guitar, and then they asked him to do I think that's how it went. It was originally intended for electric, and they asked him to do an acoustic version of it, and he did it. But if you go to like Green Day concerts, usually he plays the electric version, which is absolutely amazing. A lot of times they end the show with the electric version of Time of Your Life. Jane's Addiction, that's another good one. Yeah. Anything 90s and late 80s is pretty good. I like a lot of the lesser known, like, what is that? Wow, I'm being really bad on names tonight. Wow. That's it, okay. Harvey Danger was a great one. Flagpole Sita, Sad Sweetheart of the Rodeo. Were some amazing songs. Shinedown. We asked you, I love Shinedown, and I've met Shinedown. I've photographed Shinedown. Shinedown's funny to watch in concerts. Shinedown, it's like it's sort of like a mix between watching a rock concert and going to church. That's the only way I can imagine to describe it, because what is the see, I'm Yeah, they're preachers, like, for sure. Like, between every song is like 20 minutes of uh yeah, I have a couple of photographs of me with the bands. I think Puddle of Mud took photos with me. I actually had was it the lead singer of Mudvayne stole my camera and took a selfie with it. Somewhere I have that photo. I don't know. That was back when Mudvayne was doing the bear suit, which was really interesting. I don't know how he wore the bear suit the entire the entire time that he was playing, but from when I was um there's a few photos of me dressed up, I guess. Yeah, I need to get some of the photos that I took of the bands as well. So many amazing bands. But for relaxation, um, I do a lot of, I guess so. But I still have aspirations for my music. But I just had to put it on hold for a while. It just wasn't working out. I wasn't finding the right people, and the people that I found just didn't have the time and to do it. And and we had problems with finding places to practice and write, and yeah. But yeah, one of these days I'll have to find a lot of my old stuff. Unfortunately, most of it's just on backup hard drives and whatever the bands use. Like I said, a few of the bands have asked me to use photos over the years, like Five Finger Death Punch. So, I mean, if they use it on their website and it's credited to me, then it's mine. You'll see my name. But otherwise, I really don't know. I don't remember what all bands use my work still. But yeah, I've met and photographed Candlebox. I don't know where my... Yeah, I do have Candlebox photos around here somewhere. I don't know where my... I'm looking on my shelf of equipment over here, which I've showed you guys in the videos before, and I don't know if... I'm not seeing my hard drive over there. But I know I still have Candlebox photos somewhere. That was an outdoor concert that I saw of them. That was an interesting one. Blind Melon, I've heard of them. Not extremely familiar with them. But yeah, like I said, I've photographed so many bands I forget. I forget a lot of them. I mean, done Hinder, Korn. I've done let's see, Candlebox, obviously. Twisted Sister. Oh wait, no, I don't think I did Twisted Sister. I think some of the ones I haven't told all of you guys. Nonpoint, Ted Nugent. Ted Nugent was an interesting one. I don't know if I ever told the Ted Nugent story on here about his photographer tried to throw me out of the concert because he didn't believe I had an all-access pass, and he didn't believe it. On the chains, in the background, there's just sunglasses and yeah, just a couple pair of sunglasses, and then just some fabric basically hanging on there. The looks like a checkered flag. But yeah, it's just like a little handkerchief. One of those punk ones that you used to put in the back of your pocket and walk around with. I've had a few problems with that, because it's also a gang sign. So I've gotten approached by a few people. So I think I wore a blue one day, and somebody with a red bandana came over to me and asked me if I was a Crip. And I was like, no, I just like this style. But I think they were going to fight me or something. Never done 9 Inch Nails. I love 9 Inch Nails. Never. I haven't even seen them in concert. I wanted to go see them in concert. I was supposed to at one point, but I don't know what happened. I've done. Let's see, Buck Cherry. I've also met and photographed. Avenged Sevenfold. I actually met Avenged Sevenfold, but then they didn't do the show because their lead singer was getting sick and he was throwing up. And so they told him that Avenged Sevenfold never showed up. But I was like, I just met them in the back, and I made all the fans mad because they were like, why didn't they show up? And I was like, they're in the back right now. Because they were like skating around on skateboards in the back and backstage at the venue that we were at that time, and yeah, so it was pretty interesting. Red pant. Oh no, that's actually a little flag that came off of clothing. It's from a pair of jeans, I think, back in the day. It's like a clothing company. Rank. I used a skateboard a long time ago. You did? I didn't even see that it blocked you. It didn't even ask me. It's not even showing. Huh, weird. Yeah, it didn't. Usually it pops up and asks me if I want to approve the comments. Really? Huh. Yeah, some things are just YouTube things, unfortunately. Like the timeouts, like obviously, like I put the guy in timeout today, and but some things are just auto blocked for some reason. I have no control over it, so I apologize if it takes your comments down. I know a lot of rock songs say interesting words in there, so you know, if YouTube blocks it, there's nothing I can usually do about it. But yeah, if you like send a certain amount of messages, it'll like put you in auto timeout for some reason too. All right, Jen, we'll see you here in a little bit. Tell him not to take too long peeing. No worries. No, that'd almost be kind of weird on my part, at least. I would not on your part thinking that it was panties, but if I like just had a random pair of red underwear just hanging, that'd be kind of interesting, especially if they were female underwear. But no underwear. Yeah, the chain is actually off of a pair of Jinko jeans. Back in the day when they had the attached chains going from the bottom to the top. So that's actually from Jinko. I used to wear Jinko jeans in my videos. I had a pair of olive drab kind of army style jeans, but they're made out of a weird material, and it started just degrading over the years. And the one day I was walking and it ripped a big hole in the back of my leg, and not like a good-looking one, so I just had to get. Well, I didn't get rid of them, but I'm gonna use the material for something because there's an awesome skull on the back of it that I really want to use for something. But yeah, I really loved Jinko trophies. I don't have any trophies really. The only awards I've ever won is in music, and I never got any trophies for them. I'm sure I have certificates of whatever. I don't even know. Yeah. Well, oh, did you think there were trophies behind me? But yeah, I think all my sports trophies are participation trophies. I was never that great at sports. Sorry if the eating is grossing you guys out, but I hadn't eaten since before I left. Sorry, I'm trying to actually see if I have any. I swear I put up some of my rock photography on Instagram at some point. And that would have been Hailstorm, I think. But I'm not seeing anything that I can find that's tagged with my name still. At least not through Google. I used to actually be able to type in my name and it'd be pretty much all my photography, but it's been too many years. I need to go back into it, but it's hard to break into the rock photography scene, so there's not a whole lot of money in it. Unless you get hired by one of the bands, and then it's really good money. Let's see. I wonder if Five Finger Death Punch has. That's definitely not my photo. Oh, no, I was finding somebody. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm wasting all this time searching for my own photos. Anyway, I'll go to my... Thank you, Jennifer. .30-inch bells. Oh, wow. Yeah. I think I had 24-inch Jinkos was my biggest. Yeah, I was kind of the same way. Although my school had a dress code, which is kind of weird. So a lot of times I wore like a button-up shirt tucked into Jinko wide-leg jeans, so I looked pretty crazy. It was pretty ridiculous. Oh, man, I still can't. I must have packed up my... I must have packed up my backup hard drive. Let me see if I can find my Instagram shot or shots maybe. I know I have a few rock photos on there. But Instagram, unfortunately, like a lot of sites out there now with these algorithms, it just doesn't really promote your content unless it's falls into the category that the rest of your content is in, or a lot of it's people, you know. If you're releasing a lot of travel photos and then you suddenly release a photograph of a rock and roll band, and then people just tend to not care. So I never really released a lot of the rock photography on there. I'm not really sure on the filming where I'm going next. I do love doing the graveyards. I've been doing a lot of them recently, so I'm trying to throw a little bit of non-graveyard into the mix. So I might try to steer away from it for a bit, but I still have unreleased. I filmed the graveyard today that I didn't live stream, so I've got like 4 more graveyard episodes that'll be coming out, including the second part to the Revolutionary War graveyard, which is a lot bigger. I ended it early, so that one will be a 2-part series. I have a lot of photos on Instagram. This is going to take forever. Yeah, Levi's are pretty cool too. Doc Martens. I used to have the really thick Doc Martens sandals. People used to call them my Jesus sandals. And actually, I had a interesting look going with some Doc Marten thick soled sandals and then wide leg jeans. I always thought it looked really cool, but I'd never seen anybody else do it. Wish I could find some photos of it. Leather jackets are awesome. I have one somewhere still. I don't know if I've ever worn it in videos or not. I feel like I'm gonna miss something here. Yeah, I liked the combat boots, but for whatever reason, back in the day at least, and now it's not as bad, but they kind of made me claustrophobic a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, well, I kind of suffer from claustrophobia a little bit in some ways, which is weird because I can cave and crawl on my stomach and that doesn't bother me, but really tight shoes will bother me. How long ago did I post these photos? This is ridiculous. I think this, I'm like almost 2 years back on Instagram. I know the photo I posted too. It was of the lead singer of Hailstorm. I might have posted some others as well, but I remember I had one of Lizzie Hale, and I know I didn't delete it. What is that? Oh, never mind. It's not like it's gonna be, it should pop out. Especially in a bunch of travel photos. Yeah, I always loved the, obviously I love the hoodies. I wear them a lot in videos as well. Hoodies were definitely my thing too back in the day. I'm gonna be angry if I can't find this. I really don't think I... I didn't wear any makeup but eyeliner in high school too. Oh, I have more than one. Okay, I have some Blackstone cherry photos. I really wanted to find my... Let me see who all... Oh, Instagram. I'm gonna have to take screenshots of my own photos because Instagram is protecting my photos from myself. Okay. I love some of these shots. These are gonna be really bad, or not really bad, but the quality, not quality, what am I saying? The resolution of these photos is really bad just because I'm screenshotting them off of Instagram. So you'll have to forgive the grainy nature of them, but I'll put a few of them up on the screen. I don't know if I put any of my corn photos on there. I don't know if my corn photos aren't extremely family friendly. If you've ever seen the microphones that Jonathan Davis uses, usually they are naked people. So I don't think I've put up any corn photos. Where is my hailstorm photos? Has it really been that long? I do have a Jonathan Davis photo. Oh, that's because the microphone is cut out. Or the stand. Oh, there's my hailstorm photo. I don't know how I'm going to show all these without taking up the entire screen. And I'm sure that OBS is going to hate me. I wonder if I can drag and drop. Sorry, guys. Jonathan Davis. Oh, on my Instagram? Okay. Sorry I missed so many comments. I've done some Billy Joe Armstrong style punk eyeliner. I actually got good at it for a while. All right, let's see here. How do I do this? Well, let me just... So there's my shot of Jonathan Davis. This is going... I wish I could just do a slideshow. I probably could. There is Lizzie Hale. This is going to get crowded. I'm going to have to like cycle out some of these. Or like cut my face out and... Oh, maybe I could do that. Hold on. I can resize myself and put me here. And then we'll put all my rock photos surrounding me. There's Blackstone Cherry. Man, I can't even remember what band this was, but I love this shot. It was during a strobe going off, and I caught one of the other photographers and some of the some of the crowd as well. I thought I had another one. All right, those are a few of my shots. I love the corn shots, and the Lizzie Hale. I loved that one, even though it cuts off a little bit of her face. But I thought it was an interesting shot. I like that one. But Yeah, one of the few family-friendly. Beyond this is the on the corn shot is his mic stand, which is a metal naked lady. So I do have shots of it somewhere. I don't know where they are. Well, I do. They're on the hard drive, wherever that is. But that's a random assortment of what I have on Instagram. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. By far, though, I'd say Lizzie Hale and Blackstone Cherry were my favorite. They're such awesome people. I think I had just like before the show, we were hanging out at an Army charity event, and I was just pretty much sitting with Lizzie Hale, just having a regular conversation for like an hour. Like, she is such a nice, down-to-earth person. All of Blackstone Cherry are just like that. You know, they don't want to talk about themselves. They just want to sit down and have a normal conversation with you and hang out. And one of those bands that remembered me every time, I was just always surprised. You know, they'd walk in the room, hey, man, how are you doing? How's your photography coming? You know, just like, you know, I always knew my name. Like, I mean, incredible memory. Oh, yeah, the Blackstone Cherry and the, yeah. Actually, most of these are on the same stage. Yeah, no, all of them are. Yeah, I don't know where my candle box photos are. Those aren't here. But, and then Buck Cherry I did. I didn't do it there. But, so yeah, those are a few of my photos. A few of my favorites. The Blackstone Cherry is not incredible, but, decent shot of the whole band. And the stage, except for the drummer. Unfortunately, I do have a few awesome drummer shots because there's a up in the, you can't tell, in the right hand corner there's a secret door that goes to the backstage, and so you can sneak up there and go back up the stairs and actually go out where the drummer comes out, and then photograph the drummer from like 5 feet away. So I know I think I might have had some Blackstone Cherry photos like that, but I'll have to look. Yeah, they're in the backups. I'll have to pull them out for the next live stream. But a lot of stuff I took down previous to starting YouTube. For various reasons. Some of the accounts I didn't want up anymore, and then some of the accounts just had too much personal information on it, so I took them down. But I have backups of pretty much everything. But yeah, I don't think I have any others on. Oh, I found a non-point. This is gonna get even more crowded. I apologize. They don't look quite as good as the original files do. Obviously, I'm taking a screenshot of a photo that I exported and then uploaded to Instagram, so it is gonna look not as good as it could. But do I have any more? We'll check real quick. I think we're pretty much to about the end of my Instagram shots. I'll just put that one up real quick. Where is that? Wow, this is... Oh, wrong one. Move screenshot. Yes, please. Where did it go? Oh, there's my non-point. That's my non-point there. I think if I... Oh, it's doing all right. I don't know what it looks like on a bigger screen. Yeah, there's been some interesting things that happen up there. I've definitely... More than a few rock stars that have hit their head on going up the back stairs. They put a sign up on the one stairs that says "Watch your head." I think I actually smacked my head on it once. Like, you go down the stairs and like there's a ceiling that comes down that's like only like just a little bit over 5 feet tall, because I can hit my head on it and I'm a short person. It was like the stupidest. I don't know who designed the stairways. There's like 3 different ways to get backstage on this particular venue, and from the back end, the security entrance, which is what a lot of the bands use, it can be a very dangerous place. But yeah, I have a photograph of a puddle of mud up there. I wish I could find my. I think I have the selfie on here that Mudvayne took. Maybe. Sorry if I'm missing. Oh no, that's the end of my photos on Instagram. Thank you guys. Yeah, I don't know where that I know I have that shot somewhere, but unless I missed it, I mean. Wow, my hands are too greasy. Yeah, I don't think I have it. No, I'm not seeing it. All right. Yeah, that is the... Yeah, I'm going to get rid of them here in a minute. I need to figure out if OBS will do a slideshow. I could just put a slideshow of them. Oops. There we go. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate that, Jen. I'm going to make sure I'm not deleting my own video. Okay, good. Oh, this program hates me tonight. Okay. Why is that? Okay, there we go. For some reason I actually had it up off the screen. All right. Well, that's a few examples. Obviously, I've photographed hundreds of bands that I've got somewhere, but must have been the catered stuff, because the stuff they serve there is pretty much water. There goes my screensaver. Okay. Yeah, I'll have to find a few more. Lots of amazing bands. A few people that aren't around anymore. Have some Static X photos from before Wayne passed away. Oh yeah, the apple pie moonshine. I've seen that. Take out a few people. Yeah, I think the stuff they serve is so watered down there so that people don't get too wild. I think it was at Mudvayne. I almost got hit in the head like 3 times with because they had bottle service there, so you could just like buy a bottle of rum and they would hand you the glass bottle like idiots and let you take it out in the crowd. And so these drunk people would drink the entire bottle of rum and then throw it at the stage. So I'm like photographing Mudvayne and like rum bottles are crashing into the stage and breaking. And I don't know what it is that says I love my favorite rock band about throwing a empty rum bottle at them, but the crowd just loved it. So it happened on more than one occasion. I'm lucky to not have gotten broken bones and concussions from it. It's going to be a darker blue this time. It's the same color technically, but it'll turn out more like an indigo because I'm not using the bleach with it. So it's just straight color. But it's really dark. It won't turn out that dark though. But yeah, it'll be back shortly. I think we're only what was it, a couple weeks and it's already about double its length. But yeah, it'll be blue again soon. I was gonna try the natural henna, the actual henna you buy from like an Indian market, not like the henna hair dye that you buy online. The natural stuff's supposed to be actually good for you, and well, not good for you, but not bad on your hair. And it's like a sort of like a olive green, not quite olive green. That would probably not look as great, but it's a kind of a darker green color. Oh yeah. I don't particularly like the short hair like this. I like it short on the sides, but I don't really like it short on top. Yeah, I don't. Again, it confuses me too because it's like these are fans. These are people that love the band, and it's like, I love you so much. It's like, how's that love? What if you accidentally give your favorite lead singer a concussion and send him to the hospital? And yeah, it just utterly confuses me. But I'm lucky to not have more than a few concussions. I'm lucky not to be deaf. Because, pretty much being a photographer, you have to lean up on the cabinet speakers a lot of times to take the good shots because the singers are standing, and a lot of the guitar players and bass players are standing on the cabinet speakers in front, and so you're pretty much leaning up against this speaker, which is blasting music to this entire crowd of people. And so I should have had earplugs, but I did not. So it's pretty much like attending 100 concerts in one night. I'm lucky to have any hearing whatsoever. Oh, I'd probably throw it back too. I'd be mad. Like, it's one thing people throw like clothing and crazy stuff like that. I understand some of it, but some of it is crossing the line. Like when you're gonna hurt somebody, and then like there's trash cans being thrown like beach balls across the crowd, and yeah. What's up? So yeah. Being a rock band and a rock photographer can be a lot more dangerous than it actually seems. People will often show their love for you by trying to hurt you. But it just comes along with the territory. Lots of crazy, messed up people out in the crowd, and when you get that way, I guess you don't have the judgment always to say I shouldn't throw this very heavy object at the stage that could break into 1,000 pieces. I don't know if that's the video for pulling the shirt off. Those are your words, not mine. I'll get in trouble in this day and age. Yeah, some of the bands would come back out and hang, but I can understand why they don't too. I mean, people will mob you, you know. It's crazy. But I will say it's fun doing it, though. I can't complain, you know. When you get to walk past security and just flash a badge and go wherever you want, it's great. It's a lot of fun. You know. Stage dive? No, I've never actually stage dived. What's the past tense of that? No, I've never tried it. I've seen too many bands give horror stories about that. They say it's like a hit or miss. Like, even like the biggest rock stars will say that, you know, every once in a while they'll jump into the crowd and no one's into it, and they just sort of step aside and let you pretty much fall on the ground. But it would be an interesting experience. I'd probably try it, but I really haven't ever had the chance. I never played groups really large enough to do stage diving, and I don't know that anybody would have caught the photographer. Although, I mean, that being said, I mean, back in the day, there were people that were fans. I mean, just because of who I worked with, a lot of times, for whatever reason, I got announced on the stage too. So, I mean, there were people that knew me, but I mean, that being said, I don't know that they would have caught me for stage diving as much as just wanted to pose for pictures. But oh yeah, the pits get wild. Especially when you get the big circle pits, not just the regular mosh pits, or if you go to a hardcore concert and it's just pretty much everybody just beats the crap out of each other. Oh yeah, that stuff's scary when people pass out. I mean, it can get hot, you know. Those concerts, it's like by the time you're done, it can be 90 degrees. Yeah, and especially if they've been drinking, people just hit the floor. But hey, let you say it. Jen said the word sex in a comment and it blocked her. I think it was a song title too, wasn't it? Or was it? I don't even know, but YouTube's weird tonight. Me? I'm a tiny person. It was one fun part of knowing so many huge security guards. Like getting to tell Ted Nugent's photographer to walk over to the giant security guard and ask him if I was supposed to be there. He didn't like that one too much. Hey, Sonny. Man, I would love to have seen Queen. That would have been a great one. Such an amazing, amazing band. Yeah, it would be painful. Yeah, I think, the crowd is by far the most dangerous part of being at a rock show. It can be a lot of fun, yeah, but things can go south really quickly, and you get trampled, pushed against. I mean, especially if there's a barricade, or yeah, if it's just against the stage. There've been people that have been like suffocated that way. It can be scary. That's why I always love the bands like Green Day that really look out for the audience. They'll stop the show. You know, I've seen on more than one occasion people stop the show to, help people out, and I really respect that. Yeah, sound would be a rough one. Yeah, punk can get immensely crazy. Never been to a punk show, watch SLC Punk. They pretty much just break out into fist fights. Soulfly, I've never seen Soulfly. Hmm. Yeah, I was on the. If you check out the recent My Story live stream, it's on there. I don't know how far it was in. I think we'd only been doing the stream for about maybe half an hour or something, but yeah, first time I've ever seen a rattlesnake in this area. I've seen some pretty crazy snakes in my day, but I mean, yeah, I guess I could get pretty crazy. It's a different sort of environment. It's definitely way different than, stuff like YouTube. And I think it sort of brings out that in a lot of people, especially if you're in rock. You almost have to, unless you're like, like a indie rock band or whatever. And even then, a lot of those, um, people get pretty crazy. But yeah, definitely, I have I guess you'd call a stage presence. I can put on a good show for a band, or for being in a live show. Yeah, I was glad that I heard it first. It must have been underneath of these. I'm not sure exactly what it was. It was kind of like ruins of an old building or something, and I kind of recognized that it must be something different when the rustling wasn't like footsteps. It just was like a constant somebody running their hand through a whole pile of leaves. I was like, that has to be a snake. And then it popped its head up in the air. And I had thought it was a gardener snake at first, because I wasn't aware of any rattlesnake species in this area. And when I got closer to get a better shot, it started rattling at me. And that's when I stepped back. Yeah, and I've seen them south a lot, but like I've never seen them this far north. Around here, usually it's completely non-venomous gardener snakes, at least in my experience. But this one was it was a jet black rattlesnake. Somebody said what it was. but I can't remember. Yeah, I think somebody had said that in the live stream. That it might have been what they were saying. It was a timber rattler. Yeah, live is a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun than recording. Recording gets to be perfect and sounds amazing, but live is definitely where it's at. Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I got rid of the red to put in blue again. When it gets a little bit longer here, I'll put in some blue. I thought about doing some temporary, there's some really neat, I can't remember where they got it. I'm trying to figure out from a few people I know where they get these. It's not the spray-in hair color, because that stuff is really sticky, and it's like hairspray. Like really bad hairspray a lot of times. And there's some better ones that are like a beard color, and they look really amazing. They don't seem to stain your skin. Yeah, recording. I mean, again, I love the quality that comes out of it. It's definitely superior a lot of times to doing live recordings, and I mean, obviously if you're at the live show, it's going to sound really good, but yeah, it's sort of like, I guess it's sort of just like an editing process, there's a lot of things that go on in the background, and a lot of edits and things that are very tedious, but it makes it sound good in the end. But yeah, I mean, you don't get that crowd behind you. That that's a completely different thing. It's a lot more energy than playing to yourself or to a microphone. Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, just extremely tedious, but I mean the end result is obviously great, and it's worth the time. But yeah, it's like that one part of music that's a regular 9 to 5 job, or even more, really. It's like that's the point where you feel you're back at work again. But I mean, if you really love what you're doing, it's not bad. Ugh. See, then we'll show that. See, now it's flagging comments, but it's letting me know it's flagging comments, so I'm allowed to show them now. So YouTube is just messed up tonight. Oh yeah, I remember you saying that, Jennifer. Which I thought is funny because Green Day, before they were Green Day, were known as was it the Beautiful Children? Because if you go to the 914, I think, Punk Club in Oakland, is Laura taking off? Did I miss that? Have a good night. Oh, I see your comment there. I don't know. That was right in the middle of the screen. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. See, and it's not even, but it's letting. Yeah, the strange thing is that it's letting some people are saying the exact same words. It won't even flag it. Bye, Laura. Yeah, so it's really confusing right now. It's really picking It's like it's picking and choosing people to pick on. I don't know what the problem is, because I literally have it at the lowest level of security so that everybody's comments pretty much go through unless it sees cursing or some other obviously forms of adult language. But yeah, with you, Jen, it didn't even give me the opportunity. I had flagged Aaron because he said stoner, but it did not flag. Let's see, but it allowed me to clear it, and then yeah, I don't know. Oh no, somebody said stoner. Am I missing? Was that Steven? Who said fat white stoner? I don't know. Somebody said it and I just approved it. Anyway, it's like some people, it's literally just blocking it and not giving me the access to approve the comment, which is really against the I don't know. It's probably not against the rules for YouTube. They obviously make the rules. I don't know anymore. It's getting frustrating working with YouTube. So, I don't know. It really doesn't like your comments there, Jen. I don't know. Really? Does it tell their the areas that they live in? Like northern or southern? I just picked up some cheap pizza rolls at the gas station. Sweet Children, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I said 914, didn't I? It's 924 Gilman, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's still spray painted on the rafters, or on the like a beam up top. Yeah, a lot of it's these new algorithm changes. It's screwing up everything. You know, I think it was Dennis Rohde that said the other day that, you know, he had 3 million plus subscribers and he had a video that only got to 10,000 hits. And of course, YouTube acts like you're the crazy one when you contact them. Good night, man. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, for whatever reason, you know, if you complain about anything, the first thing they do is send you here's how YouTube works. And it's like, I'm not really worried about how YouTube works. I'm worried about my account not working the way it's supposed to. And then they'll send you another article about, you know, like with the notifications. I said some people aren't receiving my notifications when they're hitting the notification bell. And so they explained to me how notifications worked and pretty much told me, well, you have to hit the notification bell. And so I told them, I just told you this. Even if they're hitting the notification bell, it's still not notifying people. So they sent me back and said, well, here's the thing. Not everybody clicks on the notifications. And I said, you're not understanding what I'm saying. These people are complaining to me, not me complaining about them. I'm like, they're telling me they're not receiving notifications. I'm like, I need you to check my account and see if something is wrong. And they pretty much just said, nothing looks wrong to me. And so I just let it be there. But yeah. Yeah, it's one of the reasons I'm wanting to go and do more Twitch. Twitch is, they're so great with working with people and actually talking to you with a live person and saying, you know, here's what's going on. We'll help you through this. Yeah, I think it's because finally these channels with millions of subs are like, what is going wrong? Our revenue is, diving. It's like even like you see like these, like I said, like Dennis Rohde had 3 million subs, and some of his videos were getting like 10,000 hits. It's like that's not working. That's not his fault. And then there's like I looked at the other day, like if you watch, there's a rapper that does YouTube. His name's Humble the Poet, and anytime he released a song, he got millions of views. And I looked at one of his, he did a vlog with his mom, and it got like 600 views or like 6,000 views or something like that. I'm like, this is ridiculous. There's no way that only 6,000 people were interested in that. I was like, if this had been 2 years ago, that video would have had at least a few 100,000 views. And so it's 100% YouTube. And yeah, it took them... it's good to see that they admitted it, but yeah, I mean, it's just frustrating working with them because, again, they just sit there and act like you're crazy. It's like the most frustrating thing because, it's just article after article, and it's all from this thing called the Creator Academy, which teaches you how to supposedly, it's just kind of a general instructional on making good, good thumbnails and how to market yourself, and it's like, I'm following all these things because I already knew they were good ideas, and it's still, my channel is just diving in views. It's like even me, like I've had videos with 800,000 plus views, and and now to pass 1,000 sometimes is rough, but hopefully they'll fix it. Yeah, see, I was way north of that, but I don't know. Alright, I'm getting tired, guys. I gotta take off here for the night. I will be out again tomorrow. If I can do a live stream, I'll do that, or try and do one when I get back here at the command center. But I appreciate all of you that watched the 539's or watched 539's first live stream. Had a lot of views on there so far, and it's been going really well. Oh, hey Debbie, sorry that I'm taking off, but I really gotta run. But yeah, it was a really good day of streaming, and yeah, if anybody has not checked out the 539 stream, make sure you check out the playback of that stream, and I will hopefully be getting some more great locations in tomorrow, and like I said, if possible, I will try to go ahead and do another live stream tomorrow. It just depends. I have to check my data to make sure I'm not going over my data, but I shouldn't be anywhere close, but I'm just paranoid about that, and I want to make sure that if we go out on any overnight trips here soon, that we can do like the overnight live streams and things like that. So appreciate it, guys. Thank you, everyone. Good night, Debbie. Good night, Agnes, Steven. Was that? It's Kool-Aid, right? I think I always pronounce that screen name wrong, but good night, Jen. Thank you all for joining. Hope I haven't missed anybody. We had reviews and tech up there. Appreciate you all stopping by. If I missed anybody, it's my fault, not yours. I'm not ignoring you. I thought I said Jen. I thought I said Jen first. Sorry. I don't know. Probably just me. Anyway, good night, Jen. Good night, everybody. I love you all. Have a good night.